Jambo Rafiki Karibu, that's hello and welcome in Swahili. I'm Michael Fortson and this is my wife Doris. We've begun an orphanage in Tanzania, East Africa, and it's called Neema House. Neema means grace in Swahili. It's by the grace of God that we've begun this orphanage, and it's by the grace of God that in the first 5 months we're already caring for 19 babies.
9 of them are under 6 months of age. You have to watch where you're stepping when you're walking around Neema House because there's babies everywhere and they're precious, they're just little darlings. We're caring for them, they're abandoned and orphaned, and sometimes they're just at-risk babies, like multiple births. In Africa, the mothers don't have enough milk to feed normally 1 baby, much less 3 or 2, so we have 2 sets of triplets and 2 sets of twins. We went out to a Maasai village to pick up some little triplets, and they were just precious, 2 little girls and 1 little boy. And they're very grateful for all the help that you give them. And once Michael had gone out there and they wanted to give him a goat. So the goat is so funny.
They insisted that I take the goat, and you don't want to refuse a gift.
Yeah.
And so we had to put the goat in the back of our car, and I was worried all the time that the goat would eat our upholstery. Yeah. But we were able to transport it, the 3-hour trip back to town and get it to our orphanage, and it stayed in the yard for a few days. And finally we cooked the goat, and it was part of our diet. We enjoyed eating goat.
Okay. We had 1 little baby named Elliot that was abandoned at the hospital, and he weighed 1.65 pounds.
UNICEF reports that there are 53 million orphans in sub-Saharan Africa, and about 3 million of them are in Tanzania alone. Tanzania has a population of about 45 million, and there are just so many children who are needing help that they can't all be cared for. One of the things we discovered before we started our baby home is that most orphanages don't take babies.
It costs too much to care for babies, with formula being very expensive, and just gasoline is almost $6 a gallon. You have to pay nannies. You have 1-to-4 ratio of nannies, and so it's very expensive to care for babies. Water is so critical in countries like this. When you go to Africa, you would not want to drink out of the faucet. You don't really even want to brush your teeth out of the faucet. Our director there right now is a young girl named Claire. She's 23 and she has typhoid because she was brushing her teeth with tap water. Water is critical in countries like this, in developing countries. You would not want to drink the water out of the tap. So we had to dig a well at our orphanage, and it went down about 35 feet, and it was completely dug by hand, all of it, all the way down 35 feet. The guy was down so far you couldn't see him.
You can sponsor a baby for any amount of money, of course, but if you really want to support a baby completely, at our orphanage, our cost is $300 a baby. That includes what we pay all of our staff, and that does not include any administrative staff, because none of our administrators are taking a salary at all, including my wife and I. It includes the salary for our nannies, our drivers, our cooks, our cleaners, all of our food, all of our formula, and the formula is very expensive. Even clean drinking water costs money. And so that's what it costs to sponsor a baby at our orphanage. And you can sponsor a baby for, $50 a month, $30 a month, or you can sponsor a baby for $300 a month.